There's zero anything to do. It's just like install it and then log in.
Firestorm, you say it is?
Yeah.
I'll look into that.
Okay.
Can you ride these boats?
I think so. Usually.
What I did was I like right clicked and then did sit here. Work.
Oh, that one. This one's tied up.
Hey, what's going on though?
Well, that one's for somebody who's going on a date with a lovely young woman, and yeah, most dang, yeah. Well, it's been a while. It used to be that there were like that there was like a blue ball for boys and a pink ball for girls, and sometimes those still exist, but sometimes they don't. A lot of folks. I mean, there's been a lot of players, and they all script differently. Just about everything's made by players. I think Linden Labs does. They do like overhauls to their old stuff. Well, no, they don't do overhauls. So they actually keep their old stuff. Then they make some new things, but most of this game world is by the players.
I'm gonna explore this damaged building up here.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Like when I was hanging out with Taz last night, he was looking for a place to bring his motorcycle club, and he found this big empty space of nothing but grass. Like it was just flat grass. Yeah. And it's not normally that difficult. We decided against doing that.
Oh,
someone want to open the door.
Bix asked me if he can get invited to this.
Absolutely not. He's an asshole, and I don't trust him.
Alright, that's cool. I'll let him know. Well, this is a nice place, this. I don't know whose place this is, but I'm gonna lie in the bed.
There's a mini map, and yeah, there's a big crowd of folks that we walked past to get to this tree house.
Yeah.
So did some stealth.
It's a nice spot though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one of the better ones.
Just hanging out, watching the ocean.
There's sometimes, like, if a seagull flies by. Yeah, you know, it's actually pretty normal for new players to accidentally do something really gay at this point in time.
Well, I didn't ask to do it. It was. I mean,
yeah, it was non-constant. Like I basically raped porcelain in second life.
Yeah, I didn't even get a choice in the matter.
It's not fair, but
Did you enjoy watching that though?
Yeah. Okay. So back when I got started, I was part of Second Life Teens, and I was as a teenager.
Yeah.
But it was really janky, and I would go to adult zones, and folks would definitely have stuff like that set up, and it was usually like a more gothic vibe. There wasn't a lot of like nature romance style things set up yet.
Yeah.
I definitely walked in on some shit and got involved in it.
Oh my god. Is there any sex places that you usually go to? Or?
No, I'm trying to get my girlfriend to kind of loosen up. She had a DJ gig at one place that didn't take off. She spends a lot of time at the home base, surprisingly, which really isn't normal. Usually guys like walk around with their girlfriends.
Can you maybe invite us or introduce us rather to your lady?
I'd like to. I'd actually be happy to. It's you too, definitely. But she's kind of like not responsive.
Oh, okay. No worries. How long have you been dating this girl?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Things are getting serious then?
I think so.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, don't know.
How do you get a girlfriend in Second Life? Like, if I wanted to get a girlfriend, what would I have to do?
Well, for you, be yourself, and then try to be that best side of yourself around the guys.
Yeah. Do you think I could, though? Do you think I've got what it takes?
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Where'd you find girls?
They're all over. There's a lot of folks.
I shouldn't be too pushy though, right? I should try and.
Well, no, that depends on what type of what. You know what? Maybe I do have some advice as far as this goes. That depends on what type of area you meet them at. Because if you meet them here, then like going easy is the way, right? But if you're going to like techno fire rave night at some place, you definitely got to be anybody's got to be pushy that way.
And they're real women. They're not like me dressed as a girl.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you ever
No,
do you ever meet any of them in real life?
I live in a lot of isolation. I don't think I have.
Yeah. No, I understand that, yeah. Where did you find this place?
I typed in beach, and then there's a traffic count, and this one was low. I think traffic is like all-time traffic in an area, ever since somebody's owned the land. So I was kind of surprised it's up to date.
How do you like get a house? Is that something you have to save up for?
Usually, yeah, usually.
How long did it take for you to save up for your place?
Well, mine's kind of complicated. I kind of won like a lottery for a limited type of house.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a very nice house you've got. I like it. It's right on the beachfront. Or, well, actually, on the docks, I guess.
I wasn't really sure about it, but I'm glad I don't have any neighbors.
So are those just empty buildings?
Yeah.
Wow. Can just anybody, like, live there if they want to?
Maybe. It requires some real world spending, and this is the thing. So this game can get really, really expensive. Like what Taz and I were talking about, I was. All right, so he was with his I think it's his girlfriend. I think they're only dating. They both had motorcycle hubs before, and they're starting one. And she said it was $15.99 for a week on that land, and I was like, so that's a
week,
like $1,599, because that's already pricey. She was like, no, like add a zero to that, and I was like, holy shit, that'd be like a couple hundred real life dollars a month.
Oh my god!
But if you can find the website, there's a way to subscribe to Second Life Premium, and it'll give about 1,000 lindens a month, and you can get a free house, like in like the same sort of vein as mine.
Do you get money in the game for being a DJ at the club?
Yeah.
Is it well paid? Do you get a lot of money for that?
Definitely. I mean, if like that 1,000 from premium is considered like a good amount, but I've got a little under 7,000 now, and I just bought a bunch of furniture, so I had like 8,000 the other day.
Nice. Do you get like tips as well from other
it's well, yeah, I get tips whenever I when I go on the dance floor, I tend to get tipped, and then I'm surprisingly not on DJ duty. I'm on staff duty, and so I get
Right.
like a salary payment from that.
That's really cool. I like that. How do you go about getting a job?
Well, in my case, there was a dancer manager who works there already, and she let me sort of like wing a tryout, and sort of wasn't okay. She was completely sure that I'd do well, but she didn't know I'd do that well because one of our DJs, Belly Button or BB, as we call her, she had like an Arabian Nights style thing, like a special theme event, and I showed up for that, and it was a huge crowd,
Wow.
and I got like $800 on my first night,
Oh my god.
and the manager said like some of the like the long-term dancers who were like some of what she considers the better ones, and she didn't use names. She said like those get like maybe 500 on a night like that.
Oh, so you did really well compared to even some of the dancers that were there.
Yeah, we like talked it out, like, because I'm a dude, and the lady dancers, like when they strip, the dudes want to see them strip, but I play it really coy. I only took my shirt off, and I was wearing like a turban, and I took that off.
Yeah. I mean, in certain cultures, taking your turban off, I guess, that's quite taboo.
Yeah, it's like it's a really like dashing look to do that. I haven't even gotten naked in that club. I'm probably not going to. I got the staff job now.
Have you ever been naked in Second Life?
Yeah.
In what situations would you find yourself naked?
Well, definitely having sex.
Right. So how do you have sex with people in Second Life? What do I need to do if I wanted to have sex with somebody?
Well, first you want to like make yourself look like how you want, I'd assume. Or rather, like find somebody who looks like how you want them to look. This game is kind of like rated mature by default, and we're in an adult zone right now.
Right.
Which is where stuff like what just happened can happen. But folks basically, like, there's kind of like an all-in-one dick add-on to have.
Oh wow.
To adult avatar. Yeah.
Interesting. When was the last time you had sex here?
Sort of recently.
Is it someone that you have sex regularly with, or was it just a one-off encounter?
I'm kind of a scumbag. There's really lazy prostitutes, and it's really easy to get laid that way.
How much does a Second Life lady of the night cost?
The cheapest can be like 50 lindens.
Wow.
That's fucking dirt cheap.
Literal 2-set whores.
Would they go all the way for 50 lindens?
Yep, they just lay there and take it.
Do you ever get any male prostitutes on Second Life?
They exist.
Is it a lucrative path?
In my opinion, like, if we really want to talk about this, no.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like,
unless you don't want.
Just for like, I'd say like, I don't know how much an average hooker, like not one of like the lazy ones, gets, but like I got, it's just like kind of do the math. I didn't even get naked. I got a whole 800.
Wow. How do you not be a lazy hooker? What do you have to do?
Well, what they do is they lay in a bed, kind of like one of these, and they just have like a blurb over their head, that's like pay in advance or get banned from the zone,
Will
and then they have price.
will they be in like voice chat with you while you're engaging with them?
No, no, well, those are kind of new. It's been a while since I've logged in. Um, but like bots, like folks make really they make good looking bots,
Wow.
and those are bots. Those are bot hookers. Those are like fleshlights. They're the fleshlights of Second Life.
So what I've always wanted to like what inspired you to go for that kind of an avatar? Because obviously in real life you're not black.
I'm about to like just shove you out of here. I'm sick of that shit. Nobody in here fucking cares.
No, I'm not trying to have a dig or anything. I'm just curious.
No, you are. You are.
No, I
and you know
swear
it.
to Christ, I'm
helping you
not
out
trying
on
to.
that right now.
No, I'm just. I want to like see the thought process behind it. I mean, you don't have to answer. It's okay. I'm sorry, Lou. I didn't mean to push a button or anything.
No, you did. 'Cause that's why you keep asking that, and we keep bringing up whatever from Opening and Anthony or whatever the hell is.
No, no, no. I mean, quite the opposite. Sorry, man. I just wanted to come and like see what's what, really.
All right, like
No, look, I apologize, Lou.
yeah, I accept your apology. I do, but like I don't know you too well outside of like being around people I don't like on some app that I don't really use.
Understood.
And I don't want to keep like having tension with you. I mean, you're like I kind of guessed that you're a Saxon. I'm not sure. You haven't really told me about yourself as far as your heritage goes. I'd like to hear about that stuff. I'm curious.
I'm from like Irish heritage mostly.
Okay.
So that would be what, a Celt?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my both grandparents on both sides. I've got an Irish grandfather on each side, and an Irish grandmother on one side. And we've got a really big family. Like there's 9 aunties and 2 uncles.
So is a tribal in that way?
Well, no one in our family likes each other though. That's that's the thing. Everybody hates each other. Yeah, so.
Part of me then.
Yeah, like my uncle Barry just died last week as well, so now we're one down.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be sorry. He's the guy that used to set cats on fire. So.
I'm still sorry to hear that.
Well, there's a lot of cats out there that are probably quite happy.
You know what, Boris? That's been my own prejudice. And I don't think either of us want to fight each other as Irish as we are. You know, welcome to Second Life.
Are you from Irish
put you on,
heritage
like,
as well? I mean, Finley. That sounds like a very Irish name.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now that's the thing. So I'm a Pict, which is,
Oh, wow.
I mean, that is Scottish.
Hmm.
And I do base my avatar on that.
But like, we were like a really dirt poor family. So I guess my grandparents like came over to England with nothing, and we haven't really made much out of it, to be fair.
That makes me want to cry.
It's okay, we're doing our best, you know, getting by. We're a scrappy bunch.
Oh yeah, no shit. I mean, yeah, I'm a bit. That's it. As far as the whole black thing is, I'm straight up like, I always like, old tongue. I am irate. I'm a Pict. I consider myself like related to like Celts and Gales, honestly.
Yeah, well, way back when we might have, you know, had ancestors that sort of rode together, maybe.
Yeah.
It's very possible. I like.
I want to give you a hug. want to give you a hug.
You can go ahead. Yeah, I mean,
Pat, pat.
if it can be done.
Verbal pat pat.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. That's fine. Just don't fall off.
Bumped into you there. My bad. So, tell me about your friend Taz. Is he a neighbor of yours, or like, how did you meet him?
Oh, so he's a DJ at the club.
Oh, okay. So you just know him through work, right?
Yeah, but we finally hung out after work. I got to know him a little better.
Nice. Does he seem like a cool guy?
Yeah, definitely.
What does his avatar look like?
He's about my height, and he's got tattoos. He's Apache. He's a native to the U.S.
Do you know if he's an Apache in real life, or do you not ask those questions here? I guess you probably don't ask those questions here, right?
It's fine to ask. Actually, he finally I just learned that about him. I actually thought he was from Tasmania near Australia before.
Oh, the island.
Yeah.
How big is the Second Life world?
It's hard to tell. It's very big. Usually always folks teleport. It's kind of possible to like say fly over to the next zone, but it's hard to tell.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it like, I think, like everywhere is an actual place, like a GPS location, if you know what I mean. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
any other, all the places we've been to, you could technically fly there in a straight line and eventually reach there, but it's just a really big, vast.
It would
Pardon me.
to get anywhere then.
I feel sort of. Ooh. I feel sort of sick.
All that pipe smoke
from the
taken in.
I feel dizzy. Yeah, the fucking typhoon season, and then.
I heard you had to contend with a bit of a typhoon recently, right?
Yeah.
Where did that hit?
It hit my house, and then yesterday was like the eye of the storm. And there was I think there really was an earthquake. It was bad. And I'm just kind of trying to like meditate in my chair and make sure everything's straight and nothing's moving, and I guess I'm good. It's over. The aftershocks are over.
Just to clarify, did this happen in Second Life or did it happen in real life?
Sadly, it was real life.
Oh my god.
It was a shame. I'd just gotten done talking to Taz and SL and was getting ready for bed, and then I was laying down in bed and everything started shaking and my stomach got upset, and I got a bunch of like headaches from the change in air pressure. And
How were you for flooding? Because I know that you obviously reside a lot in the sort of basement area, so I guess that could have been a problem.
Thanks for asking. It was fine. The hurricane itself, like only the eye got around, so it was like a little bit of sprinkles. And this house is I'd say it's as close to being disaster proof as possible.
Right.
It's very safe, but I definitely, like, as a resident in it, got befuddled.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying earthquakes as well, then yeah, I'd be terrified. Have you been keeping up with training recently? So I keep going back to your Twitch hoping to see a stream again, but yeah, it's been a few days, I suppose.
Yeah, it's nothing personal, but For a while, I only want to use Second Life. I don't know if like the rest of the world has been hitting with tsunamis or something. I mean, you and Sean sound stressed as well in Great Britain, just from like talking with you.
Yeah, it's a stressful time in Britain right now, definitely. So we're trying to get through it, I think. Luckily, we don't have
One
any
day at a time.
we don't have any weather issues, thankfully. So that's one less thing to worry about. But the political climate, so to speak, I mean, that's a different matter.
Now that's actually something I'm actually, you know what, dude, I'm more willing to talk about politics than heritage. For me to with anybody else in the world, I'm actually more likely to discuss politics and heritage.
Yeah, I wish I was well versed in either. To be honest, I'm really not very clued up on heritage or politics.
And I'm trying to think what's like above like that ladder. It's definitely not hobbies. It's
Yeah. They always say
I'd say martial arts.
They say politics is downstream from culture, don't they?
Downstream from culture. Yeah. I think culture is sort of related to both martial arts and religion.
Can is there any martial arts studios, programs, or anything in Second Life?
I've actually never looked.
That could be quite interesting if you could find a community in Second Life who are versed in the martial arts.
Well, where I live, because it's so far away from Tokyo, and this I kind of want to get out of the way, and it's a good type of get out of the way. Japan has a bunch of the United States insignia for the state of Maryland. So a lot of folks thought they lived in Maryland, including myself, until recently.
But it's just that the insignia is very well, they use it a lot in Japan.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I can see the confusion for sure.
Realise you was in Japan and not Maryland.
Yeah, I did realize that. It was sort of.
Did that happen? Like, because I don't know. I remember at least at one point in time you thought you were still in Maryland, or seemed to at least.
I'd say about a year ago. I met this dude online named Andre, and he said he was born in Hawaii and raised in Maryland and just moved to Japan. And when I was watching his show on Twitch, he got banned, by the way, for hanging out with girls at a dance club, and it broke TOS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kind of like realized like a lot of folks lately have been saying they're from Maryland online, and when I look at this point of view and I can like hear their audio and see their video, I'm like, holy shit! Wait, these are Japanese people. They're just like kind of like not really sure what's going on.
So they're like people that you see around. They're Japanese people who also don't know they're in Japan.
Exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. Imagine having to live your life like that, and the confusion and the. I mean, I guess like when you realise, it must be really eye-opening.
Definitely, I'm a round eye now.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm walking around in England, I get the feeling I'm in India.
Really.
Yeah. The trouble. Yeah. Oh, I get that. I'm more interested. Like, I'm more interested in the sex stuff in Second Life. That, like, for some reason, that fascinates me. So, how many girlfriends have you had in Second Life so far?
I don't know. Probably about 20.
You dirty dog, Lou.
I couldn't help myself.
Have any girls that you've been with wanted to take things a bit more seriously, and maybe you've, or is it the other way around?
I'm not even sure, but if you want to meet some girls, like even tonight, we can do that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'd be very interested in that for sure. What kind of girls do you end up sort of meeting? What are they like?
Well, first things first, you're like the suit that you have right now, and the sort of standard poses. They actually fit your personality really well. But with Sean, I don't think like I don't think that's gonna cut it.
What's wrong with Sean?
Yeah, basically Sean's fellow.
Handsome fella.
My wheelchair, my joint, was drinking piss out of a champagne glass.
I'll tell you what, Porcelain. What do you have like a look in mind for how you want to be?
Honestly, I like this look. It's classic.
it suits him.
It's toned down. It's not, ostentatious. It's quite reserved. I blend in. I'm not a very showy kind of person, Lou, so I think this kind of suits me.
Okay. Are you turning me down on a makeover?
Oh, I would definitely take a Lewis makeover for sure. I mean, can that
Hell
be done?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you are for money, but I can float you some Lindens if you can't get like a premium subscription. It's like $10 or 12 or something a month.
I could get a premium subscription. Yeah, sure.
Tell you what, if you do that, I will float you some extra.
Well, we can do it a bit later. I like to kind of find my bearings first and all that.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like getting your look going is the first step.
Yeah, I'd need to really sit and think about what kind of energy I want to emanate.
Well, like we could start you off with just a like a new body and head,
Yeah.
and then a tuxedo.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
And that's only 3.
Yeah. Can I stay like this for a little bit first? So I do really like this.
If you're comfortable, but I could show you the like how the body stores look.
Yeah, I think I'm quite comfortable in this for the time being.
Good night. All right. All right.
What'd you have for dinner tonight, Lou, anyway?
Stomach aches.
Oh, you still feeling bad for the air pressure changes?
Yeah, there was some free pizza at the gas station.
Nice. What's food like in Second Life? What do we do about food here?
Good question. Not too many folks eat.
Yeah. It's a good place to maybe socialise though, go to a restaurant or a cafe or something.
I have an idea. There is a bar I sometimes go to.
Oh, let's do it.
It actually is Irish themed, by the way.
Can we talk in there?
It might be text only because they have a radio on.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, this place does too, but. this is groups.
When do you know when your girlfriend's getting on?
I can double check. Probably later, maybe like 11 or so.
Can I, if I want to be, I mean, I'm not saying I will, but can I be in a homosexual relationship in Second Life?
Yes.
And no one, like, that's fine. No one's gonna
Correct.
ask any questions or maybe treat you differently or.
I mean, that's true. I mean, yeah, in like regular, like adult hangouts, that's perfectly normal and fine. Just beware of bears. Like if you see something that's like Bear Kingdom, tough boys only, and it says BDSM on it, like
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't like that.
What kind of place is that?
Well, that's gay bondage.
Oh, I see. Yeah, bears and BDSM. Have you ever been to one of those places?
I have, sort of on accident.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's sort of like, if you're talking about like you got a gay buddy relationship going on, nobody would give you a hard time about that. But like gayness it's kind of got like a hierarchy, you know what I mean?
No, not really. What do you mean?
That example I just gave would be like straight up sodomy.
Right. So there's like, you mean like a top and a bottom?
Yeah, like that type of thing.
Like you've got the bears, and then what would I be?
I don't know. I mean, realistically, you'd probably be a top.
Wow, I appreciate that, Lewis. That's a lot of people would have said bottom, perhaps, because of the suit.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, so we're starting to get to know each other pretty well. But like I said, like Bick and some of those other strange dudes that like I could never get along with, they're assholes. Like they basically would be bottoms.
Yeah, Bick's a bottom for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dick's definitely a bottom.
I know that Bick's a bottom because Lance literally treated him like a sex toy at my command.
So you have a domineering personality for this stuff.
Well, Bick was passed out, drunk asleep, and Lance was around, like, he went to his bed and started groping him. Because I told him to. Which made me feel powerful. It made me feel like a bit of a sociopath, actually. But I suppose me reflecting on whether I'm a sociopath, maybe that means I'm not one.
I think you have kind of a locked heart.
What does that mean?
You haven't had a whole lot of buddies you could trust before, and
That's
yeah, that's what leads to a locked heart.
Yeah, I definitely shut people out before getting to know them properly. I always like make jokes and play it off before letting people get too close to me. But I think that's like a defense mechanism, maybe. I don't know, it's stupid.
I'll put it sort of this way. I would like to use you two guys as friends to like hang out and do some of the stuff I normally do.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. What?
Well,
sort
you
of
don't
things do
you
have
don't
in
need to get a house, but dressing up is the first way to go. It's the first stage of the game, my friends.
mind? I definitely need to. Okay. Even Sean as well, because Sean has actually put a lot of effort into his look. I know it's not the most common look in Second Life, but he's definitely gone to effort to achieve it.
You don't have to. You don't have to delete it. You could save it for later. There's a if you go to like the t-shirt button, you could save it as a default outfit, and then Do as many of those as you want, so you don't have to keep
So
going through
I've
the
got the
inventory.
building. How do I save the outfit?
Uh, um, Click the T-shirt at the bottom if you're using Firestorm.
You've got to agree, though. There's no one out there that looks like Sean in Second Life, right? So he's got
For good
uniqueness
reason.
going on. Yeah, but maybe maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we should be detaching ourselves from the superficial, and maybe him being as ugly as possible is actually more enriching and making sure that people can, you know, get in touch with his inside. You know, sort of like subverting standards.
People get on with me looking like this. I know they're into the real me. They're not just.
There's some hard truth to that I agree with, but also I mean I'm a staff member at a like a dance club, and it's not about Sean's appearance and the deepness of self-loathing to appear that way in that sort of poetic assessment. It's like it's got to be kind of lighthearted.
Is there like a dress code at the dance club?
There definitely is, actually.
And so Sean is definitely
Yes, no wheelchairs.
cardigan and these long johns.
Yeah, old Lars is old fashioned. We don't have a ramp.
What about Sean's haircut? Look at it. It's a bit mad, isn't it? Is that wheeze drinking?
I thought it was champagne.
I think it's pee. I think he's always got a glass
I
of
can't
pee.
get up to go to the toilet, so I just piss in this glass and drink.
He just recycles the same piss over and over again forever.
It's better than using those fucking disabled toilets all the time, having to hoist myself onto the seat.
Oh Lord, this is pretty fun as it is. I get the idea. This is a Sean. I think he like went around with folks who are doing like a Second Life tour. And I don't know if he's even logged in since.
Right.
It's been a while since I logged in, to be honest.
Okay.
How do
And
you
then
make friends in Second Life? Like, what would be your recommendation to me if I wanted to go and make a friend?
Well, I mean, it can be as easy as like a Facebook style, just right-click them and send them a friend request thing.
But that's not very immersive, though, is it? I'd like to try and do it in a way that ingratiates myself in the universe.
I got a question for you. Have you ever played any MMOs?
No, I've never played an MMO.
Okay. Okay, that's what I'm feeling from you, Porcelain, is that you have like a real life self that could fit in Second Life without reference. And I usually use reference because I would have said something like, oh yeah, it's like joining a guild and fighting the orc boss in World of Warcraft or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's fair.
I mean, I've played multiplayer games, but not something like this where, you know, it's, you know, very social.
Well, it's dangerous now, I have this sword.
I mean, like, maybe.
So,
Not really, Sean.
I'm just curious, as someone that's, like, this is the first time I've ever played Second Life. What does Second Life have that real life and your real world lacks, do you think?
Human beings.
That's a good point. So I know that you live in a fairly, I wouldn't say remote, but it's certainly not an incredibly well-populated area, right?
You could say remote, that's fine. I think it's accurate, yeah. Actually, you know what? I have a great place to show you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place is. So I just met this. No frame of references. I'll show you this place.
Let's go.